Home base for all things home related. Home decor, interior and exterior design, choosing rugs, picking out paint colors, organizing, and so much more. Let's jump in today's episode with Southern Inspirations partner Kelley Designs. Hey Kelley, how are you doing today?
Excited to be here.
Making a difference. Hold on, a little slip of the finger. I was trying to get that video to stop real quick and then it started. So I'm telling you, some days, I love the beauty of this technology, but it seems to be always just one little step ahead of me. I can't quite get my fingers to stop soon enough. So sorry about that. So let's just start over. Welcome again. Hey, Kelley.
Hello, everyone. Happy Friday.
Yeah, absolutely. Welcome everyone to another episode of Design Time. We appreciate you joining. I am Michelle Hill with Southern Inspirations. And joining me is Kelley Southern Inspirations partner. She has Kelley Designs. And today we're going to learn all about styling our shelves. That sounds so fancy.
It'd be very fancy.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, I see we do have a few folks watching already. So if you don't mind, just drop us a comment. Say hello. Let us know if you have any questions. Start a watch party. It's Friday. Just help us get this word out there. So thank you all again for joining. All right, Kelley, let's go. Let's talk about beautifying our shelves.
Let's just jump right in. Lots of people have some sort of shelves in their home, whether it be built-in shelves or just the shelf over the mantle or shelves in the kitchen. If you've got glass front cabinets and you still want to display what's inside, there are lots of surfaces in the home that can be styled. There are lots of different ways to go about it. If you feel like it's too cluttered and you need to get started, working with someone like Paige at Shepherd Organizing, then you can definitely do that to get you started so that you're left with the items that you actually love and want to keep. So I guess to get started, I would normally just take everything off the shelf so you're not biased towards being in a specific spot. And then go ahead and decide what you want your color palette to be. I know a few weeks ago, it may have been a month ago, who knows, we talked about creating a color palette and how you wanted your home to feel and what colors to choose in different shades. So before you even get started, you need to decide what color palette you want to go with, because that will help you choose what pieces you want to put back into the shelves.
Hey, Kelley, did you want me to pop up that slide yet with those? No.
So
you cut out for just a second. Did you say yes or no?
You can go ahead and pop it up.
Okay. Sorry. All right. There we go. All right. I was like, she's talking about color palette. That may be my cue to put that slide up. Here we go.
And then you would also, after you've chosen your color palette, you kind of edit what you want. Some things need to be functional, maybe sentimental. It may be an heirloom piece or something that you've picked up along travels, but definitely pick things that you think are beautiful. So you want to like the pieces. You want the whole display case to represent what you and your family love. If that's each other, then put pictures of y'all in there. If it's different hobbies and sports, then put different things in there that represent that. I would also recommend using books. You'd be surprised how many homes I go into that have huge bookshelves and 3 books in the whole thing. So definitely use books. Don't feel the need to clutter it up with paperback books. I strongly suggest getting hardback books. You can take the sleeve off, and it's usually just solid color, so it's not as overwhelming with all of the different patterns and bright colors. But I strongly recommend using books in your bookcases. I would also add artwork and different sculptural objects. I think we've got a before and after of using some art on a shelf. Here we are. there are lots of large spaces, and just putting something that fills the space makes it seem a lot larger. So like on the before, you just have some greener light, which yes, is great to use, but it didn't take advantage of that awesome real estate of having the high space. So I picked a photo and stuck it in there, and it just adds a lot of personality. It draws your eyes to the back of that shelf, so it makes it seem a lot bigger, and it creates a layered look because I still have the light fixtures, up in front of it, and then I even put like a couple of collector pieces in front at the bottom. So it takes.
Hey, before we go on to the next one, I know I get these pictures like ahead of time, to prep, but now that I'm looking even closer at that, it really is amazing just the difference that it made. Same space, and just that, because I really noticed all that blank space back behind there, and that's just something simple. So sorry to interrupt, but I'm like, wow, that was really a big change.
It does make a huge difference.
Yeah.
If you've got the taller spaces, you want to take up that visual space because it's a lot harder to fill that space with a lot of small objects. So even if you have shelves that are all the same height, maybe in a couple of them use things that are really tall and in the back just to create that layered look. It also, makes it look like a designer did it. So even if you did it.
That's right.
And then there are lots of different sculptural objects that you can use. And by that, I mean like an actual sculpture or vases or some sort of spheres, anything that, is metallic or reflective, different metals. I mean, there are lots and lots of different objects that I've seen. I really love seeing people that have collections, and we display their collections, in the shelves, and it's not a normal way that you would display it. So it's just a really cool way to use people's unique objects. You can add, like I had in the photo, different lighting. So even if you don't have a plug-in, there the LED candles. I would not recommend putting an actual candle in your bookcase because you'll burn your house down. But you can definitely get like the LED candles that are battery operated, and they even have battery operated lamps, so you don't have to worry about the cords being everywhere, that you can put in there to create a little more light so it doesn't look like you're, staring into little caves if it's too deep. But you can definitely use lots of different objects you've got to make textures and sizes. So if you have different things of greenery or different metallic reflective objects, glass would work there as well. Or if you've got a few gold pieces, you can just balance it out. So once you've taken everything out of the shelves, pick your favorite large pieces first and balance it out with, like, if you've got a large wood piece on the upper left side, then put the next wooden piece on the lower right side. And then you just kind of put piece by piece in the bookshelves, balancing it out. And I mean, again, you don't want it to look too cluttered. If you feel like it's too cluttered, maybe edit again and take a couple pieces that you don't love as much out. You can also pack things away to be seasonal. So if you feel like it is too cluttered once you put everything back, take a couple pieces out, and then maybe in the spring you update it with, instead of greenery, maybe add some flowers, and add a couple, Christmas things, around the holidays, more fall things, once summer is over, happens. And then there are lots of different ways that you can edit it and update it throughout the year that a lot of people do. I think I even got a time-lapse video to show how I normally do this. Like I said, you empty everything out and then just slowly bring things back in to balance it out on each side. Let's take a look.
This is so much fun. I'm going to stop the ticker for just a second and then load the video. All right, here we go. make it look so easy.
It seems really complicated, but I think if you follow the easy steps of removing everything and then you add your large pieces first, then you add your books and then the smaller things, just following those really easy steps, I think anyone can do it. And if they still have trouble doing it, feel free to call me. I'm happy to do a FaceTime and just consult over the phone. Or if you have just had it and you've done it 10 times and it's still not, I'm happy to come over and do it. It wouldn't take any time at all. So it wouldn't cost very much just to have someone else put that finishing touch on it so that you love
it. That's right. I want to take just a second and recognize some of our folks who have commented. Happen to have your phone open watching the broadcast. We have someone watching from Virginia, and I apologize, whoever you are. This StreamYard platform does not allow me on my end when I'm doing this to see the name. It simply says Facebook user. So if you are the person from Virginia, let us know your name. First of all, thank you. That's super cool that you're watching us from Virginia. Thank you for making a comment. And again, we want you to feel welcome, Facebook user, but I would love to know your name. And then let's see here. Debbie Franklin is watching. Hey, Deb. We appreciate you watching. Good morning to you. So there's her comment. And then Elena Height is watching. Thank you so much, Elena, for joining. And I hope I pronounced your name right. And let's see there. I have a whole lot. And I think Paige is watching. I know Paige Shepard, you mentioned her, another Southern Inspirations partner. I believe she's tuning in. So thank you all so much for watching and for commenting. We love that. And we want to, that's just, it reminds me to also tell you guys that we want to hear from you always in terms of what content that you want to see. And so if there's anything special, design or decor wise, that you would like Kelley to cover, I know that she will. Oh, here's our Virginia. Thank you, Kay. Kay Gilliam. Thank you, Kay, for letting me know who you are. And then Tammy, you know Tammy Lansing? So she said she wants to FaceTime or Zoom so she can show you her house and you can give her some ideas. So
let's do it.
So much, Tammy. So yay, fun stuff. I think everybody really liked this topic. So we have another picture. I don't know if you're ready to show that or not, of a shelf. Did you want me to pop that one up?
Let's pop it up.
Okay, there we go.
Yes, this is someone that had lots and lots of hardback books. So we had lots to work with. They really liked using all of the blue and white. So we had plenty to work with, had lighting installed into the two lower shelves. So there was lots of layers, very, very personal to them. So it was a fun project.
I remember Deb saying yesterday when we were chatting that she has lots of books. I think that was right. And so, Deb, there's hope. You can keep your books. Well, most of them. I will defer to Paige, who always says declutter. So you might need to get rid of a few. I'll leave that to y'all. I'll leave that to the experts. But I think Kelley can help you find a way to display them in a beautiful way that does not look cluttery. Is that a word? So Kelley, the other thing that I would love to point out, with your permission, because I just think it's super cool, and this wasn't part of the plan. I didn't give her any warning, y'all, but that wall behind her, her accent wall, because I was so impressed. Y'all, I thought this was wallpaper. And I'm going to pop this back up here, these tips up here. So y'all look at, Kelley, you can still hear me, can't you?
Yes.
So y'all look at the dots on her slide that she sends me each time. And then the dots on that wall. I'm like, wait a minute. Did you take a picture of the dots on the wall? Y'all, she painted that. Her and her husband painted that. Is that not super cool? So this chick can come up with any idea and execute it regardless of what your style is. So I just had to point out the wall because this is my first time. Well, I saw it yesterday, I guess, and I loved it. So oh, thank you, Tammy. You said my design for StreamYard is amazing. Oh, thank you so much. All right. I got us off track, but I couldn't do this without giving you some kudos for that wall, because I'm like, I keep thinking about this wall behind me that needs some help, and I'm like, maybe not the dots, but I don't know.
Wall. This was just a really late night decision that I roped my husband into. So there are stencils and tons of wallpaper that are peel and stick that you can do yourself or hire someone to do. I don't normally tell people that I will paint their house because I am not a professional painter. But I was really, really eager to have this pattern and did not want to wait the 2 days for shipping. So I painted it myself.
Very resourceful. Yeah. Your husband was like, you want to do what? Oh my goodness. Okay. Back to shelves. What else do we have to share about styling shelves today?
I think we covered everything. They're really easy to go through. And then if you want to pull the tips back up really quick, just to recap, pick a color palette, edit everything out, make sure you're using some books, displace some sculptural objects, and mix up your textures.
Awesome. And look at those dots. Look at those dots, y'all. Look at those dots. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is just too much fun. It is Friday, so maybe I'm allowed to get a little sillier than normal, right? All right, y'all, that is it for Design Time. Thank you all again for watching and for commenting. It just really encourages us when you do that. Thank you for being a supporter of Southern Inspirations and of Kelley Colettis Designs. You see her website there. Ping her there if you need a virtual or in-person conversation. Ping me if you want to know more about being a Southern Inspirations partner. I am looking for some additional partners to continue to bring relevant content, as well as I am always looking for good nonprofit stories. And so I want to know those as well. So with that, everyone have a fabulous rest of your day and great weekend, and we'll see you next time.
Yes, have a good weekend.